Hello, Happy New Year. Lovely to see you all again, and I hope you've managed to have a bit of a celebratory time. I've just quickly checked the news before doing this session, and it does look like, as we expected, we're heading back into a bit more of a full-on lockdown like before, so we're going to need our singing even more than ever to keep our spirits up and to keep connected. Let's get started. And do let me know who's there. Do put a note in the chat. It's really lovely to know who's there. Do tell me if you're hearing it okay. It's really good to get feedback so I know if I need to adjust anything. Yeah, let's go. So let's start with, hi Senga, Happy New Year to you too. Lovely to see you. I'm assuming you're hearing me okay. So let's start with a lovely big New Year's stretch. Stretch for the new year, which hopefully in time will bring us... Sorry, I've got a guddle of chairs behind me here, which I should have sorted before I began. There we go. Hopefully in time this year will bring us more opportunities to meet together again and more sociable times and a bit more normality in due time. I'd be really interested to hear if any of you have been offered or had the vaccine yet. My 85-year-old mother down in England has had her first dose already, which is quite exciting. So let's go with a lovely big stretch and a yawn as well. So really stretching out right to the ends of your fingers so you can feel the stretch through your shoulders and through your arms. And let's do one more of those. And then let's stretch upwards. Imagine you reaching through whatever floor you've got there, right up to the sky and the clouds. And then bringing the arms down, stretching out, really inhabiting this space that we're standing in right now. And then reaching out, stretching out as far as you can in front of you. And bringing your fingers out and wide. We can't do a complete circle, but as far as you can. And then let's do another yawn, going right up and see if you can drink in all that space. As if you're drawing it in right down to your belly button. Lovely, let's do one more. Reaching way up, looking at the clouds. And drinking it all in. And then let's do a little bit of a side stretch. So reaching up with one arm. If that's sore or it's difficult, you can put your arm down over your head. So either reaching it up or resting it on your head and just leaning over a little to one side. So you're feeling a bit of a stretch here, creating a little bit more space between those ribs and just holding that for as long as is comfy. And then as if something's pulling your arm back up and down again. Lovely. And then the other side. So reaching up, flop the arm over or keeping it straight, whatever works for you. And leaning over, keeping your body facing forward. Not forgetting to breathe. And feeling a bit of space just there. Lovely, let's do one more on each side. So reaching up, again, whichever arm you went first on. I did my right side, so I'm doing that one again. And either keeping it straight or flopping it over, and then leaning over to the other side. Feeling that lovely stretch. And back down on that side. And then we'll do the other one again. Keeping breathing. Lovely. And then let's just stretch out. If we can link our hands together and push them out like that, just stretching out some of the other muscles that we don't normally stretch. Maybe do some wee circles with the arms in that position. And back the other way. Lovely. And if you can, link your fingers behind your back. That's another good one to do. And just see if you can lift them a little bit. And that really creates a bit of space across here, across the front of the chest. And let's draw some shapes in the air if you can with your arms in that position. Some oval shapes maybe going one way and then back the other way. Figure of 8. Whatever's comfy for you, remembering not to do anything if it hurts or it doesn't feel right for your body. You're the best judge. And let's just stretch our toes out a little bit. We often forget to stretch our toes. So I'm going to angle my camera down so you can see my toes. So I'm doing, first of all, you can do this seated or standing. So pushing a bit of weight down on your toes if that's comfy. Giving them a bit of a stretch. And then the other foot. And then pressing down on them. So just standing on our toes and see if we can get some weight going down to them, stretching them a little bit the other way. And our feet are important to us when we sing. Our whole body is important, so important to wake our feet up as well as the rest of our body. Lovely. And then a really lovely stretch. Give ourselves a big hug. So stretching your arms out in front as much as you can, then one over the other. Wrap them around yourself and give yourself a big hug for having survived this tricky Christmas, this tricky first 9 months of last year, and heading forward into the next year to see whatever comes. And this should be a little bit of a stretch across the shoulders and the back. So then letting that down, and then we'll do it the other way, see if we can cross our arms the other way. So reaching out in front, and this will feel weird probably because it's not your usual way of doing it, but just really giving yourself a big hug. Give yourself, we often forget to care about ourselves. It's a nice way of doing it. Lovely. So let's tap down the inside of one arm and up. And then the other one, across the front, down the inside, up again. And then this time down the outside. Keeping breathing, keep the spine nice and long down the outside of the other arm. Lovely. Give ourselves a bit of a tap over the shoulders and then down the legs. So down the front of one leg, you can use both hands for this. And the front of the other leg. It's really waking up the whole body. And then if you can, down the back or the sides of the leg, whichever you can reach. Depends a bit if you're sitting or standing. Lovely. And let's just give ourselves a bit more of a massage. We've had a hug. So let's start with our hands. So really getting your thumbs into the palm of your hand. You see what I'm doing there? Whatever feels nice for you. And then we can give each of our fingers a little bit of a squidge and a pull. What's up? Let's check if there's any more messages. Keep going. Everything's coming through good. Excellent, thank you. So, first of all, getting into the palm of the other hand. Our hands do a lot of work for us. If our hands are relaxed, then the rest of us can relax as well. And going down each finger, giving them a good tug. Lovely. And then let's just wake our face up a little bit, give our face a bit of nice attention. So starting with our fingers in our forehead, just pulling them across. Maybe 3 fingers at a time, whatever feels comfortable to you. It's amazing how much tension we store in our face. And then with the heels of our hands coming down over our cheeks. Maybe you can let your chin go soft as well. And give your ears a little bit of a tug. And a little pinch between the thumb and the forefinger, going along the jawline either side of the bone. And then let's wake our jaw up in whatever way feels nice. Just give it a really lovely, soft, gentle squidge. Just getting into the, helping the muscles relax. Lovely. And then to celebrate the new year, let's do a dramatic silent scream. Did anybody watch any horror movies over the Christmas? I didn't, but let's do it anyway. Awesome. And let's do a little beaver face. And another silent scream. And a beaver face. Big front teeth, gnawing at the wood. And another silent scream. Awesome. And those of you who were at the Christmas session that we did with the singers from Cambridge and the Forest of Dean, Kirsty, who leads the Forest of Dean groups, did a rather wonderful penguin warm-up. I'd never thought of doing a penguin before, so we now have to bring a penguin into our repertoire as well. And first of all, she did a little penguin dance. So you get your penguin, I'm just going to move this down a little bit. Get your penguin flippers out. You're nice and tall, but you've got this sort of penguin waddle. So you can do a little penguin dance. And then she did a little bit of penguin. My camera's gone out of focus, there we go. A little bit like Pingu. I don't know if anybody's watched Pingu on telly. Rather wonderful animated series that my son used to be really into. So, ooh, ooh. In fact, I can't remember quite how Pingu goes. I'll have to listen to it again. But that penguin face is the important bit of ooh. So let's just do a few of those. Any sounds. Ooh, 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 ooh. Lovely. Let's have a bee conversation about your holiday. Whatever you've done over the last couple of weeks, whether it's been some exciting bits, some awful bits, some dramatic bits, whether it's been boring, whatever. Just imagine you're having a bit of a conversation so you can pause and listen to what the other imaginary person is is saying, or you can have a conversation with me. So I'm just going to start. Lovely, thank you. I would love to know what you've really been doing and be able to share it with you in person, of course. But there we go. Let's do our rope exercise. Get back into our diaphragm. Inhabit our bellies. We forgot to give our bellies a good massage. Let's do that. Just actually say hello to our bellies. They may have gained a little bit in size if we've been eating lots over the last wee while, but they are still lovely. I'm just trying to remember the saying. There are people who say that the earth is flat, and there are people who say that bellies are flat. And of course, bellies are not meant to be flat. So let's inhabit rounded bellies in all their glory. And before we just get into our breathing, let's just imagine that cord coming out the crown of our heads. So imagine you've got a puppet master who's holding that cord just so you're beautifully aligned. And then they let the cord go slack. And you flop down, and then they're gradually lifting it up again. So you're beautifully aligned. And then you slack again. And then they're lifting it up again. And you can really feel the strength of your spine and the stability in your feet if you're standing, or the support of your chair if you're sitting. And let's bring our shoulders up to our ears, and we're going to release them down, but without letting the head or any of the length go. So after 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're keeping that alignment, keeping that string. The puppet master is keeping that string taut. So we're going to go shoulders right up to ears, and we're going to go down in 2 with 2 sighs after 2. 1, 2. Lovely. And we're going to do it again. Shoulders up to ears, and this time we're going to go down in 3 after 2. 1, 2. I think I sagged a little bit on that one. We're trying not to let the height go at all. So we'll do it again with 4. Shoulders to ears. 1, 2. And we'll do it with 5 this time. Shoulders up to ears, and just really keep that imaginary string tight. After 2. 1, 2. Lovely. And just notice how the shoulders feel when they're down and back like that. And you've got that lovely alignment. So we're going to do our rope exercise, won't we? So let's just get into that. And imagine first of all, imagine one hand on the belly, and imagine you're chasing a cat out the garden. So psst, psst, psst. And just feel those muscles work there. Psst, psst. So that's waking them up again. And let's do our exercise. So we'll start on this note, and we'll do it to she. So belly's going very gently towards the spine, but everything else is staying lovely and soft and aligned. So your puppet master is still holding that string upright, as they're going to be for the rest of the session. So just a wee reminder to yourself, if you realise you've sagged a bit again, which we all do from time to time, see if you can just re-engage the puppet master, bring your shoulders back, get your body nicely balanced. So she, belly to spine, 1, 2, she, and then release and feel those muscles move under your hand. And release. Then we'll go up 1. And release. Lovely. And just a little bit of waking our tongue up. So still in a lovely aligned position. Let's do some tongue circles all the way around. Start with your tongue really poking out one cheek as far as you can. And then round between your gums and your teeth, really slowly. Poking out the other side. And you should start to feel it. There's one more. And remember, that's really good for you to do. It doesn't take very long, but it's well worth doing. And let's just do a little bit of massage, stroking down our neck. See if we can release the muscles there a little bit. So not pressing in too hard, so that feels a bit weird, a bit uncomfortable on the neck. But just see if we can encourage those muscles to soften a wee bit. And then going up the other way, maybe with your knuckles, so you're not digging your fingernails in. Whatever feels comfy. Lovely. And we've got a song about the belly as a warm-up song today. Let me find the words for you. It's a song, we did a dance to Philadelphia Chickens, didn't we? Around the time of the US election. And this song is actually off the same album. It's by a woman called Sandra Boynton. Belly, belly button, you're oh so fine. Oh, belly button, I'm so happy you're mine. A tummy without you just wouldn't be right. Oh, belly button, you're a wonderful sight. Belly, belly button. Our bellies are very important to our singing. So I've put the words there in the YouTube chat. And we'll zuzz the tune to start with. We'll do it to Z. Z, 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 Z. Let's go. Sorry, there we go. Z and Z, 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 Z. I'll do that again. And Z, 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 Z. Your turn. Z, 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 Z. Z, 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 Z. Z, 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 Z. I'll do those two bits together. Z, 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 and Z, 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 Z. Z, 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 Z. Z, 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 Z. Z, 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 Z. Z, 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 Z. Z, 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 Z. Ah. Z, 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 So it's beginning to get the tune just by actually vocalizing it. I'll put some words into it, and a 1, 2. Belly, belly button, you're oh so fine, you're tan. 1, 2. Belly, belly button, you're oh so fine. Oh, belly button, I'm so happy you're mine. Oh, belly button, I'm so happy you're mine. Put those two together, I'll sing it first. Belly, belly button, you're oh so fine. Oh, belly button, I'm so happy you're mine. Belly, belly button, you're oh so fine. Oh, belly button, I'm so happy you're mine. So we're doing that all in one breath, and we're heading for that fine. So we don't want to start full blast. We want to just sort of keep the breath. So we've got a lovely clear sound. So we don't want to start either really breathy. Belly, belly button, you're oh so fine. Because if we're singing like that, we're letting air out around the sides of our vocal folds, and it's not a very efficient way of speaking, and we're going to need up more breath than is actually very efficient. And likewise, we don't want to be going belly, belly button, you're oh so fine, because that's actually putting quite a lot of strain here. So those are quite extremes, both of those, but you might know that you've got a tendency towards one or the other. And we're just going to begin seeing if we can identify what our tendency is, and seeing if we can move towards that clear sound where your voice is supported. You don't let all the breath out at once, so you can conserve some of the breath for the important notes, but it's a lovely clear free sound. So I'll do it once more and then you do it after me. Belly, belly button, you're oh so fine. Oh, belly button, I'm so happy you're mine. 1, 2. Belly, belly button, you're oh so fine. Oh, belly button, I'm so happy you're mine. And you're singing this, it's a bit of a love song to your belly button. So you can sing it with a bit of love and appreciation for that belly. Tummy without you just wouldn't be right. A tummy without you just wouldn't be right. Oh, belly button, you're a wonderful sight. Oh, belly button, you're a wonderful sight. Belly, belly button, yeah. Belly, belly button, yeah. Tummy without you just wouldn't be right. Oh, belly button, you're a wonderful sight. Belly, belly button, yeah. So let's do the whole of that second half. A tummy without you. 1, 2. Tummy without you just wouldn't be right. Oh, belly button, you're a wonderful sight. Belly, belly button, yeah. And on that yeah, it's just a bit of a release. I'll do the second half again. A tummy without you just wouldn't be right. Your turn. 1, 2. A tummy without you just wouldn't be right. Oh, belly button, you're a wonderful sight. Oh, belly button, you're a wonderful sight. Belly, belly button, yeah. Belly, belly button, yeah. Let's see if we've got the whole thing. So the long phrase is that first one. Belly. Oh, 1, 2. Belly, belly button, you're oh so fine. Oh, belly button, I'm so happy you're mine. Tummy without you just wouldn't be right. Oh, belly button, you're a wonderful sight. Belly, belly button, yeah. Belly, belly button, you're oh so fine. Oh, belly button, I'm so happy you're mine. A tummy without you just wouldn't be right. Oh, belly button, you're a wonderful sight. Belly, belly button, yeah. Should we go once more? And a 1, 2. Belly, belly button, you're oh so fine. Oh, belly button, I'm so happy you're mine. A tummy without you just wouldn't be right. Oh, belly button, you're a wonderful sight. Belly, belly button, yeah. We'll come back to that next time. It does actually work as a round, so I'll make a wee soundtrack and we can give it a go as a round. But it's quite a fun one, and it's very important to love our bellies. If we go through life trying to squeeze our bellies in, then that's going to restrict our breathing. It's going to bring tension elsewhere, and it's not going to be so great for our voice. Love your belly. Sing the belly button song. So what are we going to do next? We are going to, let's just do a few laughs actually to loosen the voice up a little bit. So let's do a belly laugh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Kind of Santa laugh. Oh, 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 oh. Really into the belly. Give the belly another good rub. Oh, 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 oh. You might even feel it vibrating as you make that sound. So let's go again. Oh, 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 oh. And then let's do this kind of cartoon character laugh. And a witchy cackle. Awesome. Right. Another new song. A gospel song by Sister Rosetta Thorpe. I'm having a mental block which one it is. An amazing gospel, female gospel singer. Absolutely fabulous voice. I sent a link in the email to a video of her singing this song, and it's well worth having a look at. I'll put the words in the chat here. So it's called Up Above My Head. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Sister Rosetta Thorpe I've got here. I don't know where the Tharp came from. Just pasting it in the chat here for you. So the first line is repeated 3 times. So up above my head, I hear music in the air. So it's a great song for us to learn as singers. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. And I really do believe, yes, I do believe there's a heaven somewhere. So that's probably as far as we'll get today. There's various, it just changes ever so slightly, the words, but we're just going to learn the tune and make a start. So, up above my head, so I'll do a line by line. Up above my head, your turn, and up above my head, I hear music in the air. I hear music in the air. Up above my head, up above my head, I hear music in the air. I hear music in the air. So that's the first 2 phrases. It just changes ever so slightly, with the second one not going quite as high as the first one. So I'll do them again, call and response. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Your turn. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Sorry, I didn't give myself enough of a space before I sang it again. Let me do that. I'll sing it. I'll sing it once more, and then I'll give myself a little bit of a breather, and then I'll bring you in. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Let's go. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. And again with that one, you can hear it's going to the head. So we need to start. Solidly on the up above. Up above my head. But then we need to have enough breath to grow it on the head and also to keep going to the end of the phrase. So let me do it once more. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. 1, 2, 1. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. And just keep playing about with it. Might work better sometimes than others. Just keep playing about, see what works. See if you can get a really clear sound that's using the breath in the most efficient way. If you can hear it coming out quite breathy, see if you can get it a little bit. You're maybe using a bit too much breath. You're not quite closing the vocal folds sharply. And we'll maybe do some exercises to work on those. So, and then the next one. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. So that's the first two phrases. Let's put them together. 1, 2, 1. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. I was running out of breath on that one there a little bit. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. And I really do believe, yes I do believe, there's a heaven somewhere. Just so you know where the song's going. So the next bit. Up above my head. Let's go. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. I hear music in the air. And I really do believe, yes I do believe. And I really do believe, yes I do believe, there's a heaven somewhere. There's a heaven somewhere. And I really do believe, yes I do believe. Let's do that bit. And I really do believe, yes I do believe, there's a heaven somewhere. There's a heaven somewhere. I'll put that all together. And I really do believe, yes I do believe, there's a heaven somewhere. Your turn. And I really do believe, yes I do believe, there's a heaven somewhere. Let me do it all the way through call and response, and let's see how we're doing. Let me just find my starting note again. Da, 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 da. Up above my head. So I'll do a line first. And this is a gospel song. You need to use your butt, use your bum, really get your body into it. So it's a kind of up above my head, there's music in the air. Really feel it coursing through your whole body and the power of it. So I'll do that line again and then you'll come in after me. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Your turn. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Sorry, I lost the next bit where it says it coming from. I was getting too carried away about moving. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Lovely. Let's put those two together first of all before we go on. Then I'll go on to the next bit and really get that feel. Get that butt into it. Let me move this down a little bit. I'll stand back a little bit. So we're really kind of moving. We're up above my head. I hear music in the air. Up. A 1, 2, 1. Up above my head. I hear music in the air. Up above my head. I hear music in the air. Lovely. Are you moving? Are you getting your body shaking? I'm really feeling it. Up above my head. Next bit. Up above my head. I hear music in the air. I hear music in the air. And I really do believe, yes I do believe, there's a heaven somewhere. And I really do believe, yes I do believe, there's a heaven somewhere. Should we try it all in a oneer? Let me just do that third phrase again actually, which I think is the one we've not done as many times. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Let's go. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Let's do it once more. I'll do it first. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. And your turn. 2, 1. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Let's see if we've got it all the way through. This song's quite new to me as well. Up above my head. We're going to go slightly faster as well. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Okay, 1, 2. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. And I really do believe, yes I do believe, there's a heaven somewhere. How's it going? Let's go it round a few times and hopefully it'll come to us. Up. 1, 2. Oh, sorry. Up. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. And I really do believe, yes I do believe, there's a heaven somewhere. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. And I really do believe, yes I do believe, there's a heaven somewhere. One more. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. And I really do believe, yes I do believe, there's a heaven somewhere. Lovely. A great song to begin to get our teeth into. Okay, so we're now going to move on to a Scots song, the Rowan Tree. Really beautiful song. Some of you may know it. I'll just put the first verse up here. I'm going to split it because there's a few too many words to put in one section. So this is by a woman called Lady Nairn. Her real name was Carolina Oliphant, and she wrote it in 1822, so it's quite an old song. She was a composer and a collector of folk songs. So pretty well known in amongst for her Scots folk songs. So, O Rowan tree, thou'lt aye be dear to me. Entwined thou art with mony ties o' hame and infancy. Thy leaves were aye the first o' spring, thy flowers the simmer's pride. There was nae sic a bonny tree in all the countryside. O Rowan tree. And let's just soften our necks a little bit before starting to sing this after all that gospel singing. So let's just do some very soft neck turns. And let's do a bit of a buzz while we're doing them. So zzz, you can do any note, go up and down a little bit. And then let's do a flop down with our neck. Imagine that imaginary chord is just pulling it up again. And do one more flop down. Imagine it's coming up again. So I'll do this bit by bit. O Rowan tree, O Rowan tree. Let's go. O Rowan tree, O Rowan tree, thou'lt aye be dear to me, thou'lt aye be dear to me. I'll do those again, breaking it up. O Rowan tree, O Rowan tree. Sorry, I did that note wrong last time. Let me do it once more. O Rowan tree, O Rowan tree. Let's go. O Rowan tree, O Rowan tree, thou'lt aye be dear to me, thou'lt aye be dear to me. I'll put that together. O Rowan tree, thou'lt aye be dear to me. And O Rowan tree, thou'lt aye be dear to me. Entwined thou art with mony ties. So it's exactly the same tune until you get to that note, and then it goes up one, and you pause a bit on that ties. Entwined thou art with mony ties o' hame and infancy. So that just goes back down there. Ties o' hame and infancy. I'll do the whole phrase. Entwined thou art with many ties, O hame and infancy. Entwined thou art with many ties, O hame and infancy. Should we see if we can put those two together? One and O rowan tree, thou'lt aye be dear to me. Entwined thou art with many ties, O hame and infancy. And we're doing each of those in one breath. If we can manage, we'll go a little bit faster. It's quite an interesting one, this, because it's going a little bit into our higher register and then back down again. And we need to allow our resonators. I'm doing this because it kind of resonates more up here as we get higher. Ooh, let's go again. 1, 2. O rowan tree, thou'lt aye be dear to me. Entwined thou art with many ties, O hame and infancy. How are we doing with that? Let's do it once more. So it just kind of goes up and twiddles about a bit and comes back down again. So imagine a beautiful rowan tree that you're singing it to, with those beautiful red berries, lovely little leaves, white berries, some of them. Beautiful rowans up in the Scottish mountains and in gardens in our cities and towns. Ooh. 1, 2. O rowan tree, thou'lt aye be dear to me. Entwined thou art with many ties, O hame and infancy. So it's a lovely song, this, about remembering, about the power of lovely formative memories. Thy leaves were aye the first of spring. Thy leaves were aye the first of spring. Thy flowers the simmer's bright. Thy flowers the simmer's bright. Forgive me if my Scots isn't quite right. Do correct me if I'm getting anything slightly wrong. Thy leaves were aye the first of spring, thy flowers the simmer's bright. Thy leaves were aye the first of spring, thy flowers the simmer's bright. There was nae sic a bonny tree. So back to a familiar tune. There was nae sic a bonny tree in all the countryside. In all the countryside. O rowan tree, O rowan tree. That lovely little bit at the end. I'll just do that once more. O rowan tree, O rowan tree. And I'll do that with the was nae sic a bonny tree in all the countryside, O rowan tree. Sing it with me if you've got it. I'll do it twice, so you can either sing it twice or listen the first time and then sing it. There was nae sic a bonny tree in all the countryside, O rowan tree. Let's go 1 and there was nae sic a bonny tree in all the countryside, O rowan tree. Lovely. Should we see if we've got it all? So it's gentle, reasonably long phrases. So again, sustaining the breath, not blasting in, using up all your breath right at the beginning of the phrase, which is sometimes a temptation to do it. Or noticing if the sound is very breathy, and see if you can get it a little bit clearer. Oh, a 1, 2. O rowan tree, thou'lt aye be dear to me. Entwined thou art with mony ties, thy hame and infancy. Thy leaves were I the first of spring, thy flowers the summer's pride. There was nae sic a bonny tree in all the countryside. O rowan tree. Let's go once more. O rowan tree, thou'lt aye be dear to me. Entwined thou art with mony ties, thy hame and infancy. Thy leaves were I the first of spring, thy flowers the summer's pride. There was nae sic a bonny tree in all the countryside. O rowan tree. There, I hope you enjoyed that, whether it's new to you or not. I thought we should get a few more Scots songs in our repertoire, particularly as we come up towards Burns Supper. So that's one of the kind of Scots classics that I thought it'd be good to learn. There's quite a lot more verses, and we'll maybe look at a couple more of those next time. I'm going to have a bit of my tea here. So let's have a little bit of a rest, a little bit of a sit down. I put in the email that I sent out today, those of you who didn't come to the Zoom Christmas session. So we had a joint session. I've gone all blurry again. Hopefully it'll refocus soon. Sorry about that. We had a joint session with Singing for Lung Health groups from Cambridge and the Forest of Dean, which went really well. There were about 40 people all together. And we sang some songs together. People from the Forest of Dean taught us the Gloucestershire wassail that we learnt in this session as well. And we had 2 chats. It was a really lovely time and really nice to make the connections with people who we wouldn't normally meet with because they live so far away. So we're hoping to do it again. Everybody would be welcome. There's a possibility that we might do something for St. Patrick's Day in March, but we'll see. We need to make the most of being able to connect remotely. It has many disadvantages, but it also has some advantages. So I thought we'd have a sing through of Hey Mr. Miller. We've not sung it for a while. It's a good uplifting song. I'll recap it and then I'll bring up the soundtrack from the video that I made that's on the Warblers website. So I'll bring the words up just in case there's anybody here who doesn't know them, but I imagine most of you don't need to look at words for this. It's always good to sing from memory if you can. You can kind of embody it more. So if you think you know the words, give yourself a chance to just do it without peeping at them. So it's 3 phrases that repeat each other. Hey, Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band is the first one. And that goes, hey, Mr. Miller. I've momentarily forgotten where we pitch this. Just bear with me a minute. Ba, 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 ba. Do, 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 it's there. Hey, Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. Let's go. Hey, Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. And again. Hey, Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. So that's the first phrase. Let's do that twice. 1 and. Hey, Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. Hey, Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. And on that phrase, we do want a bit of an attack on the first bit, but we don't want to use up all of our energy with that first hey. So if we went, hey, Mr. Miller, we'd struggle to sustain that right through to the end of the phrase. So we need to, again, conserve the breath and see if we can, we've got a little bit of an accent there, but we've also got a, hey, Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. And the other stresses. Let's go again. Hey, Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. With your trombone and your saxophone, we can hear you all through the land. With your trombone and your saxophone, we can hear you all through the land. And again, with your trombone and your saxophone, we can hear you all through the land. And again, with your trombone and your saxophone, we can hear you all through the land. And then we've got the ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba do wah. I'll break that down in case there's anybody who's not done that before. Ba 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 and ba 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 da ba da ba ba da 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 ba do wah da ba do wah. I'll do half of it. Ba 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 da ba da ba. 1, 2. Ba 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 da ba da ba. Da ba da ba da ba da ba do wah. Da ba da ba da ba da ba do wah. Whole thing? A 1, 2. It's the whole thing of that bit, that third part. A 1, 2. Ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba do wah. Ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba do wah. So we're doing that all in one breath, keeping the body nice and long, getting that lovely sort of slinking about jazzy feel to it. Let's go once more. Ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba do wah. Ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba do wah. Awesome. So let's sing it all the way through just with us, and then we'll sing it with the track, which is in a 3-part round. So you can choose which part you sing with. And I will tell you which one I'm going to sing with, so you can sing with me if you want. I'll stick with the first one, so we can sing it against the other two. If you're feeling brave and you feel like you know it well, sing with one of the others as well. Absolutely fine. So let's all sing it through to begin with, though. Hey, a 1, 2. Hey, Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. Hey, Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. With your trombone and your saxophone, we can hear you all through the land. With your trombone and your saxophone, we can hear you all through the land. Ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba do wah. Ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba do wah. That's it. Awesome. Good old Mr. Miller. Just hang on a sec while I bring the track up. Oh, it's not liking my password. Hang on a minute. There we go. And let me share the sound here. Do give me a shout if by any reason this isn't, hang on, I'll need to adjust my setup here as well. Technology. I will love the day when I don't have to be dealing with all this technology again. I just need to adjust my sound inputs so I can hear what's going on here. Just bear with me a second. Okay. I think we're ready to go. So I will sing along to the first part of these. So you can join me on that or join one of the others. Hey, Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. Hey, Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. With your trombone and your saxophone, we can hear you all through the land. With your trombone and your saxophone, we can hear you all through the land. With your with your with your Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. With your Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. With your trombone and your saxophone, we can hear you all through the land. With your trombone and your saxophone, we can hear you all through the land. With your with your with your Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. With your Mr. Miller, what a swing that you bring to the band. With your trombone and your saxophone, we can hear you all through the land. With your trombone and your saxophone, we can hear you all through the land. With your with your with your trombone and your saxophone, we can hear you all through the land. With your trombone and your saxophone, we can hear you all through the land. Ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba do wah. Ba 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 da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba do wah. Awesome. Good to come back to that one again. Okay, sorry, I think that was a little bit with the sound wasn't quite balanced. I haven't used this for a while and it had been adjusted. My son was playing about with it. So yes, apologies if that came through a little bit distorted at times. But I think it was good enough to sing to. So the next song we're doing today, Lift Each Other Up. So this is a lovely new song that's been written by a woman called Kate Thomas. I don't know if you remember Dancing in the Rain that we did a while back. That was by Kate. And this is another of her songs. She writes lovely songs, and this is one particularly for these times. So we're going to look at the chorus to start with. We got to lift each other up. We got to lift each other up in these hard times when everything is wrong. We got to lift each other up. So I'll do it bit by bit. Let's just have a bit of a shake after that Mr. Millering. Shake out your hands. Wave to somebody. Shake up high, shake down low, shake your bum and your belly. Just have a good old shake. See if you can give your jaw a bit of a... See if you can move your jaw just with your hand. You can give it a little waggle. It's quite hard to do, quite hard to release. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard times when everything is wrong, we gotta lift each other up. So very good song of support, mutual support in these hard times. I'll do that bit by bit. We gotta lift each other up. Your turn. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. So it's quite a big gap there between da da. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. I'll put those two together. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. 1, 2. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard times. In these hard times. And then it runs on really quickly. In these hard times when everything is wrong. In these hard times when everything is wrong. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard times when everything is wrong. We gotta lift each other up. Let's try all of that. In these hard times when everything is wrong, we gotta lift each other up. I'll do that long phrase again. In these hard times. In these hard times when everything is wrong. In these hard times when everything is wrong. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. So, let's see if we've got it all the way through to there. That's just the first time. It repeats itself and the ending is slightly different the second time. It goes, lift each other up. It just stays down. It's a really simple little change. Let's see if we can go it round twice, actually, just to embed it, and then we can go over it if need be. So you need to do this with a smile on your face and a sense of lifting up your friends, family, your neighbours, fellow singers. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard times when everything is wrong. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard times when everything is wrong, we gotta lift each other up. Let's do that all again. So round twice with that different ending at the end. A 1, 2. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard times when everything is wrong, we gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard times when everything is wrong, we gotta lift each other up. Lovely. I'm going to put the next bit in, first one. This was written in the autumn, so it talks about golden autumn light. The smile of a stranger, golden autumn light. The hope that terrible governments eventually fall, yes they fall. Let's put that next bit into the next one. I'll smile at a stranger and bathe in this golden light, because I know that terrible governments eventually fall, yes they fall. This was before the American election when we were all despairing a little bit. So, the smile of a stranger, let's go. The smile of a stranger, golden autumn light, golden autumn light, the hope that terrible governments eventually fall, yes they fall. The hope that terrible governments eventually fall, yes they fall. The smile of a stranger, let's go. The smile of a stranger, golden autumn light, golden autumn light, the hope that terrible governments eventually fall, yes they fall. The hope that terrible governments eventually fall, yes they fall. I'll smile at a stranger. It's the same tune, it's just slightly different words. I'll smile at a stranger. I'll smile at a stranger and bathe in this golden light, and bathe in this golden light, 'cause I know that terrible governments eventually fall, yes they fall. 'Cause I know that terrible governments eventually fall, yes they fall. So all of that stuff about terrible governments is mostly on one note. I'm going to sing the whole thing to you, the whole of the verse. The smile of a stranger, golden autumn light, the hope that terrible governments eventually fall, yes they fall. I'll smile at a stranger and bathe in this golden light, 'cause I know that terrible governments eventually fall, yes they fall. I'll do chunk at a time. So just so you know, I was just doing that so you know where it's going. The smile of a stranger, your turn. The smile of a stranger, golden autumn light, golden autumn light, the hope that terrible governments eventually fall, yes they fall. The hope that terrible governments eventually fall, yes they fall. Let's put those two bits together. 1, 2. The smile of a stranger, golden autumn light. The hope that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. I'll smile at a stranger and bathe in this golden light. I'll smile at a stranger and bathe in this golden light. 'Cause I know that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. 'Cause I know that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. Let's go through all of that in the verse. The smile of a stranger. 1, 2. The smile of a stranger, golden autumn light. The hope that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. I'll smile at a stranger and bathe in this golden light. 'Cause I know that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. Let's do it once more. A smile. 1, 2. The smile of a stranger, golden autumn light. The hope that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. I'll smile at a stranger and bathe in this golden light. 'Cause I know that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. And then we go back to the chorus. So let's have a go. Chorus, first one, chorus. We got a left. It goes a bit faster than that, actually. So 1, 2, 3. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard, hard times when everything is wrong. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard, hard times when everything is wrong. We gotta lift each other up. The smile of a stranger, golden autumn light. The hope that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. I'll smile at a stranger and bathe in this golden light. 'Cause I know that terrible governments eventually fall. Yes, they fall. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard, hard times when everything is wrong. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. We gotta lift each other up. In these hard, hard times when everything is wrong. We gotta lift each other up. There. Hopefully that's a good uplifting song to bring into our repertoire. And we're going to finish with Pura Mame, which we started learning before we got on to some more of the Christmas songs. So I wanted to go back to it and finish learning it because it's such a beautiful song. So this is the song that's a calling song to the ancestors. And the words are very, very simple. Pura Mame, which is singing to all the female ancestors, and then Pura Same, singing to the male ancestors, and it's from Guinea in West Africa. So I'll just recap the lowest part, which is kind of the tune. Pura Mame, and there's a wah sound, and we can do a big opening out with our hands at that as well. So I'll do that phrase by phrase. And Biora mame, your turn. Biora mame. We do that one again. Let's do it together. Biora mame. Biora mame, Biora mame, Biora mame, Biora mame. Let's see if we've got the whole thing. Biora mame, Biora mame, Biora mame, Biora mame, Biora same, Biora same, Biora same, Biora same, Biora same. And let's do that round again twice more. First one mame, second one same, and just checking that you're sustaining the note right to the end. And Biora mame, Biora mame. Release the belly. Biora mame, Biora mame. Biora same, Biora same, Biora same, Biora same. Lovely, beautiful song, and we'll do some more on that next time. Next Monday. So I have a poem for you to finish. So just coming back and just checking in, just allowing the breath to return to its normal rhythm, maybe giving thanks to our lungs for enabling us to do all this lovely singing. And this is a poem by the Sufi poet Rumi, and it's called Where Everything is Music. Do not worry about saving these songs, and if one of our instruments breaks, it does not matter. We have fallen into the place where everything is music. The strumming and the flute notes rise into the atmosphere, and even if the whole world's harp should burn up, there will still be hidden instruments playing. So the candle flickers and goes out. We have a piece of flint and a spark. This singing art is sea foam. The graceful movements come from a pearl somewhere on the ocean floor. Poems reach up like spindrift, and the edge of driftwood along the beach, wanting. They derive from a slow and powerful root that we cannot see. Stop the words now. Open the window in the centre of your chest and let the spirits fly in and out. So that's us for today. So thank you for joining me, Have a really good rest of your day, and